Ian's gone dumb. Morning, Ian.
Can't hear you.
You what?
Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good
Morning.
Right. By the way, Ian. Ian,
Wake him up.
Oh dear. Keith, if you can hear me, I can't hear you.
right,
That's a bonus.
we can hear you. Have you got your computer turned on properly?
Morning, everyone.
Morning. Good morning.
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 Who's that good-looking chap at the bottom? Oh, it's Glyn.
Morning, all.
Morning.
Morning.
You're sitting next to Ernest Hemingway today, lol.
Morning, chaps. How are we?
Morning, Glyn.
Morning, Glenn.
Hiya.
Morning.
Morning.
Right.
Hope you're not too disappointed tonight, John.
Why are you letting me down? You're breaking our date.
That's it.
What would I be disappointed about tonight, lol?
Hillsborough.
Yeah, I'm perpetually disappointed, so it won't be a new state of mind, will it?
It's your toughest game so far, anyway, this season, this one.
Yeah, they're all tough.
Yeah, you're trying to depress me. You've just come on, you're supposed to be my mate, and you're depressing me already.
I'm glad you don't live on a tram route, John.
Eh? You glad what?
You don't live on a tram route. You might decide to chuck yourself in front of one.
Nah, too slow. I can outrun a
What,
tram.
you or the tram?
No, the tram. The tram. No, I'll feel even worse if the American election goes the wrong way.
What, and Biden wins?
Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm having audio problems. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we got him.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we are having audio problems. We can hear you, Ian.
Yeah. Okay, Paul. Bog off.
Sorry.
I've got a new laptop, so I've had to reset everything. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you know,
Sorry, it was
laptop.
too easy, that one.
That must
So
have been
can you hear us now, Ian?
Absolutely. It was the volume wasn't set correctly. For some reason, it was minimum, so I wouldn't hear your dulcet tones.
Okay. Ian, I was asked a question this week. What rank were you in the Air Force?
I left as a squadron leader.
Squadron? Oh, well, Lincoln.
The deal was, we'll send you to if you don't leave, we'll send you to Wright-Patterson, which was a fabulous tour in America, R&D establishment with all the latest avionics, and come back and do staff college, and you'll leave that after 12 months in the rank of wing commander. But I was an engineer, and if you know anything about the Air Force, it's an air crews fighting force. If you really want to get on, you've got to be a pilot. So I had a chance at 38-16 point, that is 38 years of age or 16 years in, which in my case was the same thing, to leave and start a new engineering career and actually go beyond the retirement date of 55, where you would normally have to leave the Air Force. So it was a conscious decision to leave, which sometimes I regret. But there you go. Who asked?
I think it was Big Paul, but I can't swear to it.
Well, I never
What's that?
I never reached
What's
the
that?
rank of chief constable.
Whether
You've also, Ian, you've
Yes.
I understand you've also been a hooker as well, haven't you?
Only on Saturdays.
Oh, all right.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
Sounds supplemented
Yeah.
his income.
Double rate on Saturdays, though.
I was selected for the RAF once, and that was when I was under training at Cranwell, where And you've heard me mention his name, Leighton Jenkins, who was a Welsh international, played against Alan Ashcroft, who was my school teacher, and I never knew at the time until I joined you guys and did the sporting memories, first memories bit, and it all came in out. And he said, "You're good enough, we'll get you a game against Newport." And I got crocked the Saturday before, so I missed the game. And then a chap called Jeff Young, do you remember, British Lion?
Yep.
He joined the Air Force in the education branch, and that was it for me. I got as far as Strike Command, but never into the RAF.
Right.
Good
Okay.
day.
Yeah. Right.
We're recording, by the way.
Yeah. We'll get cracking. John, do you just want to give us a brief update of anything?
Yeah, a brief update. I've tried to get hold of Stuart this morning. The last time I talked to Stuart, he was very poorly in hospital, having tests and a blood transfusion. I've tried to get him this morning, but I got no response. That could be because he's having further treatment, so he's not in a good place at the moment, but he's battling on and in good humour. 3 of the lads, their wives are poorly at the moment. That's Eric, Colin,
Wow.
and Dave Evans. I'll not go into any further detail because it's private to them. But just the 3 lads, the wives are ill at the moment.
Right.
And of course, events in the last week. Tony is a widower, but it would have been his 54th anniversary last week, and he was celebrating it with his daughters and family, because I know he's very close to his family. And of course, it was young Ian's 71st birthday on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, squadron leader Ian's birthday on Sunday.
Yeah. So
are you going to sing, Keith?
shall we sing to him?
No.
Shall we sing to
No,
him? Yes.
no.
1,
Just
2,
give it a rest.
1, 2, 3.
3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ian. Happy birthday to you. Evening, friends.
Get a bit
All right,
loud.
yeah.
Embarrassed here, know the choir.
After
That
that,
must be the
I'm
most.
worried about Paul. He's looking distinctly ill. Yellow.
Who's that bloke on telly who takes a group of non-singers and welds them into a world-class choir? We need him, don't we?
Gareth.
Yeah, Gareth.
Malone.
Yeah. The Sporting Memories Choir.
It
He's
might
too
be too tall and
expensive
over
for
that
you.
one.
Right. Just to let you know, Dave Redfern's not on this morning because he's having a new conservatory roof delivered.
Funny you should mention that. I've got a fella in my conservatory at the moment measuring me up. Well, he's not actually measuring me up, otherwise he'd be here on screen, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would.
And he'd be an undertaker.
That vile tongue of yours.
There's a hope.
Kath Woodward does intend to join us again,
Good.
just to come on the group. But she couldn't make it this morning. She's helping clear a house out from someone who was passed away. She's also going to talk to the senior blades to see whether they've got anybody else who wants to come on the group. Should we get overrun by people, then I'll look at setting up a different one so that they don't overrun our group. Is that okay?
Yep.
Keith,
Yeah.
Senior Blades had Roger Davis, who was mentioned by Kath,
Yeah.
Derby County
Derby
centre
County
forward.
forward.
And and he was brilliant. He really was interesting, his career. I don't know whether you were there or not, but
I was, yeah.
if she could possibly get Roger to do us a favour and come on and, as a guest, I think the group would find that, from a football point of view, really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Right.
I'm going to have to buy a red and white stripe shirt.
No, he
I'll
never
send
played
you-
fit. He only ever played against United. It's nothing to
Oh,
do
no,
with
I
United.
know that. I appreciate that, Chris. Yeah.
I still think the Ted Elmsley one was the best because he got covered too.
He was
small.
excellent.
You
Excellent.
know, it just,
I agree.
It's fabulous,
Yeah.
isn't it, to listen to the other, you
Yeah.
know,
And from
the
what
inside
Kath
story.
said,
Sorry.
yeah, from what Kath said, we've still yet to hear about horse racing and a lot of his football career. So
Yeah.
Kath also mentioned, yes,
Oh, good.
Is that you
Yeah.
doing that, John, making the memories?
Yeah, it was the article in last Thursday's
Who's-
Sheffield Telegraph about sporting memories in Sheffield
Who's
with
in
a
the
picture.
pic?
You can just see Eric there
Eric.
on script, but
Yes.
Keith's
Yeah.
in the centre of that picture. You know.
Very good.
Very good.
I thought it was the FA Cup that was in the centre.
It is disguised as Keith Sears.
Well, that's good news, isn't it?
Very good.
Just one thing about Kath. After I rang her up afterwards to thank her and said how excellent she'd been, and it turned out that there's other stuff that she'd forgotten to mention. So we'll have her back on again. There's a story about FA Cup tickets and quite a few other things. So
It was good.
I like the way she dished the dirt, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's no, the people, quite a few of the people there have passed away. So, we just got Dave the Fish coming in. Hi, Dave.
All in all,
Morning.
Morning.
Hello, Susan.
Morning, Susan.
problems getting in there.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're in now. So, and so we'll move swiftly on to Mr. Hemingway, better known as.
Oh, I've got a lot to get through today.
No, no.
But I've condensed it.
Lol, since when have you looked like Ernest Hemingway?
No, he looks like Bert Hemingway.
Lol, hold fire, lol, because hold fire because we've got Glyn on and he's going
I know
to
that-
do some other stuff.
I'm only kidding, Keith.
I thought,
Yeah, dear.
Yeah.
I've got something old. I've got something new. Something borrowed. But
He's only
nothing
kidding.
blue because Ian's.
I'm going to mute him. I'm going to. There we are.
Neuter him. Please neuter him.
That's got rid of him. So, Glyn.
Hi. Hi, you guys.
Hi, Glenn.
Hello.
Good to be back. It's a couple of months now. I'm supposed to be retired, but I've been working the last 2 months. That's why I've not been back on. But I have to admit, guys, just in that last 30 seconds, nothing has changed, has it really?
No.
So
Really? Yeah.
it's just the same. But belated happy birthday for the Crystal Peaks group. I think was it 5 years last year?
5
last
years.
week? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
That's right.
And also, congratulations to you all, really, for this group going through lockdown and all the nonsense we're going through. I'm actually self-isolated at the moment because I went to a non-league game last Tuesday and my NHS app pinged, so I've got till the 9th of November. I'm going to stay inside, the 4 walls and get cabin fever like everyone else.
So, Glenn, you've got a phone that
But you'll
actually
be
can
alive.
take the app. Most of us old boys, the app
Yeah.
won't work on our phones.
Well, I got, well, you talk about that. I got two ghost messages and then actually got one on Saturday. The only reason I knew it was a real one is because my mate got one at the same time. We'd both been to the football.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, congratulations on keeping going. I work with a lot of groups at the moment in all sorts of environments, whether it's young people, NHS, and all sorts of people, and you're online all the time. And to be honest, to get people to come along to meetings every week or attend things online is really difficult. So when I look down and see 16, 17 people this morning still going strong, I think it's fantastic. So, from an outsider's point of view, I think you're doing a fantastic job, guys. So well done. I also had to look down everybody's names. I don't know who the Darth Invader is or the handle, but
That's me.
That made me smile.
How
Anyway,
I got that, Glenn, I have no idea.
it's a good one. I keep it. I
Those who
keep
can
it.
hear you, Rob, no.
So, yeah, I thought I'd go through just a catch up on the World Cup film first. And I thought only fair to go through. You all submitted your selections for the World Cup team for our, our film and banner and things like that, which was really interesting. I thought I'd go you up on that. Film wise, banner wise, all the banners in
whoa,
printed
whoa.
up. I just need to.
Glenn,
Yes.
breaking up.
Yeah. Oh, am I? Right, hang on. Any
I'm a
better?
come down, do me doom down down.
Any better?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Right, okay. Good. Keep shouting at me.
Thank you.
Yes, so film-wise, not much further on. As we know, I'm not sure how long this nonsense is going to go on for. Who knows? 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, who knows? So we've actually put a draft film together so far, and what we've got so far, so that's come along nicely. Secondly, just thinking about it logically and to be thought about by you guys and so on. What we can do is put something together for Christmas. That was our original aim, the original aim, and it still is an aim, was to sort of get an independent cinema and put it on and have a nice showcasing one evening for everyone and who you wanted to invite. That's not looking likely, obviously, before Christmas at the moment. More likely is it'll be 3-6 months off yet. So we can produce a draft film for December. We thought it might be nice to produce something for whatever your Christmas do looks like, whether it's online or whatever, something like that.
To Keith's house.
To show it. Yeah. To show it and not consider it as a final piece. We can obviously add to it as we're going along. No film's ever finished unless you're releasing it and selling it. So we can add to it. In terms of what footage we've not got, there's not a lot to get now for us from our point of view, but I'm still really keen for the young people at Wales High School to have a chat with you guys. The idea we got just on the week of lockdown, if you remember, we got Sheffield Libraries booked to have a group there and do some research and look at Sheffield in '66 World Cup year. And that's just not going to happen. Go on, Keith.
Well, could we get them on a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, we can. That's my suggestion. I've also got, since lockdown, I've also invested in I've got a full studio here now at home. You probably just see the flipping microphone, everything there. So what I can do is actually get broadcast quality down the line.
Right.
To record it from a Zoom is not good visually. It's pretty, when you start editing everything, it gets pretty graded. But audio-wise, we can get really good quality with some video as well. So I think that may be the way forward with your agreement to look at some areas and then get for me to get the young people on board 1 week at some convenient time and have a chat with a few of you. I think that would be good. Because I'm really keen for that sort of intergenerational thing. I think it's really positive, and we've not really done that yet, not had the opportunity. I met with the young people. They were all set to go. I've met with you, but we're not really any further on. And then it's just the other things. Got 1 or 2 little bits and bobs stories, what I call that, about mainly, funnily enough, around holidays when you've been away watching the World Cup in Corfu or Japan, or watching it on colour TV in Trisha's case and things like that. So again, we can do that online and get just get a discussion going, which would be really nice to add in. So that's where we're at in terms of actually camera work and filming. Can't do anything until, as we know, until December now. There's a possibility of maybe able to go and get some camera shots in December, additional, but like Bramall Lane and so on from the outside. But other than that, there's not a lot we can do film-wise other than do some interviews and chats online. So that's the next plan, really, and perhaps get something, get a draft together that at least you guys can watch at Christmas, even if it's not, the finished article completely. So that's the plan at the moment to have a think about, really. World Cup team. I'm going to try and share my screen. Who knows what the internet will do? I think I've probably got permission. So just to go through it.
I mean, just check, see if you've got permission.
No, I haven't. Thanks, Keith.
Right. I don't know how to do it.
Right. I can go through it.
Cursor on the screen.
Glenn.
Yeah.
Ian will put you on speaker view, and then we will see whatever you've got on full screen.
Right.
I hope we don't see everything he's
Oh,
got.
sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what. Let me see if I can.
This is challenging it, guys, and me.
You guys make a host.
Should be able to share.
I have got, yeah. So,
if hang on, Glenn. If I make you the host, I think you can then share your screen.
yeah, if you go in sharing options, you can put all participants or whatever. I'll try again.
Yeah, let me make you the. I'm changing you to the host now.
Right.
So you should now be able to share your screen with everybody.
It's like being present when John Logie Baird first started, isn't it?
Yogi Bear,
Yeah, John Yogi Bear.
picnic baskets.
I'm going to do 2 or 3 things my end now. Just bear with me. If anybody wants to sing song while I'm doing this, feel
Oh,
free.
don't
No,
offer.
don't mention.
Oh, please don't make that offer. Please.
Anyway, where's that list of
Don't forget.
songs from Ian's birthday?
Oh no.
Boy.
We burnt
I'm
it.
releasing an LP, unless it escapes. There were some great songs in your birthday years, Ian.
There
I could
was.
have wreaked havoc. I could have wreaked havoc with them.
Can you? Is my screen shared now, guys, or not?
No.
No, right.
No.
Okay. If you want to go on to news or something like that, crack on. I'll just set the system up at my end.
Lol, lol's big moment.
No, he's
Hang on.
gone. He's gone.
Glenn,
He's
Yeah.
thrown a
Glenn.
paddy.
what we'll do is I'll have a look back, and for the second part, if you're coming on for the second part, I'll
Yeah.
set it so that you can come on as share your screen.
Right. Okay. I think it's
Right.
simple. I just need to set something up at my end. That's all.
So, is there any other stuff you want to speak about rather than social?
Not really. I think that's it. I think yeah, that's where we are with the film and that. I think it'd be good to, and I think it's fairly simple. We can identify some areas to chat with, get the young people on perhaps, and groups of ourselves and obviously groups, and we can chat through, and then I'll just pull out from that what's discussed really. That's what I thought, but as ever, I'm open to ideas and suggestions and, you know, and people to say, well, that won't work. So I'm pretty relaxed on it really in that respect. I just thought it'd be nice to get it moving and let you guys see what we've done so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Can I just say about about Glenn? For those of you who look at the website, you'll know that there's my dad's story in 2 parts, podcasts, and Glenn has just sent me a half-hour sort of preview of a video of my dad speaking. I videoed him and had a chat with him about his some of his wartime experiences. And Glenn and his team have done a great job of producing a half-hour video. He's got 1 or 2 things he might want to edit, but I'm very, very happy with what he's done with it so far. So if any of you want to have a look at it, I don't know if you would object if I showed 1 or 2 of the lads what I've got so far, Glenn.
No, not at all. Honestly, it's yours to share, John. That's fine. It's not a problem at all. Just it's always difficult when you're making films or anything really, media-wise, when they're personal stories of people, because
Yeah.
you're trying to accurately reflect things and there's certain emotions involved and things like that. So you're always trying to reflect it first and foremost accurately from the media point of view and balanced as well. That's the other thing. And I think a lot of media forget that these days. It's either one story or it's another, you know, it's
Yeah.
one end of the spectrum or another. So we always try and reflect it accurately, positively where possible without going over the top. But yeah, so no, you feel free. It's yours to share, John.
No,
Is
thank you,
it
Glenn.
on YouTube?
It's not. I can put it up there when we've just done it. I've just got about 3 or 4 changes. It won't take long. Take a day or 2, but I can put it on a YouTube link. That's not
Yeah.
a problem.
That'd probably be easiest rather than the amount of bytes that to take up.
Yeah.
If John had
I
to
know 1 or 2 of you were interested. Oh,
Glenn, you've started sharing for some reason.
Oh.
got it
here we
now.
go. World Cup team.
Yeah,
Yeah. You see, I
there we
keep
are.
talking.
Yeah, we've got it.
It's Ron
Yeah.
Springer. Ron Springer there.
You're the best
Bobby
group
Charles
ever
is
for technology, really. In terms of, you can keep talking long enough that I can put anything right at this end. Brilliant. So yeah, so I'll go through this, guys, and then
Yeah.
you've got a clear run, if that's all right. So hopefully, there's a bit of a slideshow. Hopefully, yes.
Is that Ron Springer?
It is, yeah. I'll just get it up again. So hopefully, there's a picture up there. Yeah, so we got, yes, your Sheffield World Cup team. So yeah, we got,
Yeah.
it's quite ironic this, Reed, quite emotive, really. We've got Bobby Charlton
Yeah,
there.
Nobby Styles.
Wicketkeeper.
Bobby Charlton.
Robert Charlton. Peters. Is that Terry Payne on the right?
No, it's not.
John Connolly.
Yeah, looks like
Connolly,
it,
yeah.
doesn't it?
Not
Or is
Connolly.
it John Connolly?
No,
Yeah.
John Kennelly?
no, it's not.
No.
It's Peter Bonetti.
Oh, the cat.
Yeah. So, and Springer looking like an off-duty James Bond, isn't
He
it?
does, doesn't he? He looks more Sean Connery.
There's a photo doing the rounds in the press last few days of him coming out of the record shop in London during the World Cup with Nobby Styles. And again, he looks, he looks spot on in terms of his gear that he's got on. He was quite a cool guy, I think, in his day.
You probably don't
So-
recognise her, but at the top there, taking the photograph, is Elsie Applethwaite.
Yes, you're right. 10 bonus points, Ian. Well done. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah. So Ted Bergin there, and so just give you a bit of background. Thanks very much. When I look through the World Cup connections, what we look through is anybody at all connected with Sheffield teams and being born in Sheffield. They actually went to a World Cup or were in the squads at the World Cup. So there were 62 in total. I didn't send all 62 out for everyone to choose from. A choice of 38, and you'll see why in a slide. And thanks very much. 27 people got back to me, so thanks for sharing that and being so enthusiastic, because that was really good, and it was interesting to get everything back, see what people had chosen, and give them reasons for it, that people had chosen various players as well. It was really nice to get those back, and, for instance, Chris came back and gave his reasons for picking selected players, which was really interesting. So, the selection was goalkeeper. Any guesses for the goalkeeper?
Thanks.
They do run.
Yeah, Banks. So Banks got 17 votes. He didn't get nowhere near. And then Springett next on 7. And then Hodgkin. So no one chose anyone else. Fullbacks, Roland and Kyle Walker. Now, Kyle Walker had the same number of votes, 13 as Nigel Worthington. But I acted as a totally partial tiebreaker. I went for Kyle Walker because he was born locally, so I went for the locally born ones where there was a tie, rather than just somebody who coming from outside in terms of being born elsewhere. So I went for that. So yeah,
I hate him. I absolutely hate him.
Great goal.
This week.
The second time he's done it.
Yeah.
Same shot. Yeah, terrific goal.
He's only scored 10 goals in his career, hasn't he?
2 at Bramall Lane.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Nielsen far and away was selected. Kyle Walker, Worthington. The only other fullback that got a few votes was Dan Petrescu. He got 3, interestingly. So middle of the back, Paul McGrath and Peter Swan. Yeah, they were generally ahead of Jack Charlton, Harry Maguire were the next ones, quite a way behind on those. And then midfield, again, more or less picked itself. Chris Waddle, Brian Robson, John Sheridan, they were quite clear selections. Albert Quicksall actually tied with Martin Peters on, again, 13 votes. So again, I went for Albert, being local rather than Martin Peters, but that was a close one on that one. And the other thing, and I think Paul the Biscuit raised this when he got back to, is an absolute paucity of forwards to choose from. So these two, far and away, were the selections, Jamie Vardy and Trevor Francis. There was little in terms of quality to choose from in that area. Midfielder, quite a few, centre-backs and so on. But forward-wise, Vardy and Francis, Jan Ager Fjortoft got 3, Jostein Flo got 3, and that was it, other than these two. So, and then again, the manager, hopefully I can get that up. Let's not come up. It was Jack Charlton, anyway, was the manager. So, right, just having a problem with my screen. So,
Interesting that Jack Charlton and Martin Peters, two people who actually played in the 11 who won the World Cup, didn't get into our team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as Alf Ramsey himself said, the players in the team weren't necessarily the best players in the country at that time.
That's
They just
right,
fitted his plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Peter Swan would have been in that winning 11 had he not been
There's a
banned.
good chance he would have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Had he not been in jail?
Yeah.
Had he not cheated?
Now, unfortunately, I've hit a technological problem now because it's telling me they've got 9 minutes left on the meeting. Keith, you might be able to help me here, but I can't do anything at my end. Can't change screen or anything. It's saying stop share. We got like, there we go. I've got it going.
There we are.
So these were the votes of the most popular players. Jamie Vardy. The main reason I think for that again was a lack of choice, really. And then Waddle, Nielsen, Robson, Francis again, really, because there wasn't a lot of choice for the forwards. Jack Charlton by a country mile. I think Trevor Francis, Jack Charlton got 18 for the manager. Trevor Francis was the second and just got 3 votes. So they were actually, if you want, the most popular players, if you like.
For me, I'm surprised that Gordon Banks didn't get more than 17 votes.
Yeah. Who else would you vote for? I know John would vote for Ron, obviously.
Well, funnily enough, I voted for Banks first, and then I went back to my heart rather than my head.
Yeah.
And gave it, and I think Chris might have done the same with Hodgie. I might be wrong there, but I think, I mean, Hodgkinson, Springett, Banks, there really wasn't a lot to choose between them, in my opinion.
No.
And yeah, Banks in '66 was great.
Yeah.
Yes. It's an interesting one in midfield, actually, because of the 4 midfielders, the 5th midfielder that got the next, well, after Peters, obviously, but they got the next vote would have been Bruce Rioch. He was quite popular as well.
Yeah, good players.
So that was another one. Yeah, he was quite a way ahead of anybody else. So.
And anyway, how could you not vote for Albert Quickshaw, a player looking like that? Eh? Look at that style, look at that class.
Did he ever head the ball?
Yeah, well,
Not if you could help it.
a pushing header.
I just think he might throw the hair.
Well, you can see where Donald Trump got the idea from.
They're proper
Just looking at
colours.
his shin pads there. Can you see his shin pads?
Yeah.
They're right,
Yeah.
them, aren't they?
There's
Yeah,
about
there's
4
Digest.
women,
Radio
4
Times
women's
there.
own magazine down each
Ah.
sock.
Radio Times, I thought, yeah.
Now, Reader's Digest.
Proper colours, those. Proper colours.
Yeah.
For sure.
Colours. Proper colours.
Yeah.
So there was some that I didn't send out, funnily enough, which you may be surprised at, that we left out completely from the list, mainly because they didn't play that many, or in terms of. So in your list, Viv Anderson wasn't in there. Steve Nicol, Paul Parker played in the semi-final in the World Cup, and all have got Sheffield connections in one way or other. All played for the teams. Might have only been for a small amount of time. So there were some quite big hitters, I suppose, in that list. Some less so that I didn't send across, but played. So, for instance, this person, goalkeeper, played in 2 World Cups
Yeah.
for Scotland.
And
this one
as well, you know.
Yeah, and this one coming up played in 3 World Cups
Yeah.
for Ireland.
Can't see that.
Played for Sheffield. I don't know how many times he played, but yeah, 3 World Cups for Ireland.
Good centre forward for United.
So yeah, and there were others. You know, there were others who played. Was it Paul Hall played for Jamaica in the World Cup, and some others as well. And then finally, there's your banner, guys. That's been produced. So that's that particular banner. We've got 10 banners in total, but that's the one
Brilliant.
for your.
It's
That's
lovely.
excellent,
That.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Brilliant, that. Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah.
That is really good. Yeah.
Did you do that, Glyn, or the boys?
The boys did this really. I sort of sent them some ideas across. They had a look at. We all had a look at Charles Booker monthlies as a sort of a prompt and inspiration, really. So the 10 are based on Charles Booker monthlies, really. and then they decide the colour and everything else. So there's 10 different ones on sort of the 10 different areas that we've covered. So that could be goalkeepers, or it's your team guys, or it's you know, Sheffield as a host city, things like that. And then they've designed them up, and we just got them printed up then.
Well, give them our
That's terrific.
congrats, because that
Yeah,
shows
Good
great
effort.
job.
Good effort.
Price 2 shillings as well.
Yeah. We try to keep it sort of realistic with an old date on, and you know, even the overseas forces price on there as well.
I only live in Oxford, you know.
That is overseas.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great job, Glenn. Great
That's
job.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Very
that
good,
should be
Right,
back to
oh, yeah.
hopefully
There
back
we
to a
are.
normal screen.
Very
Yeah.
good, Glenn. Very good.
Very good.
Good. Thanks, guys. Well, you know, again, it's not possible, guys, without 27 of you putting in, your time and having a think about that. That was great. So, and it creates a bit of discussion, doesn't it, and talk and things like that, which is really important. So, and it's good to share ideas. I think most people agreed on most of the main players anyway, but obviously disagree on one or two. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So we've only 3 minutes left. So anybody got? We'll do LOL in the second half if that's okay with you, LOL.
Yeah.
Right. We'll not get you into
actually
full
reached.
flow. If we get you into full flow now, we'll never stop you.
I've got a few quiz questions from 1957, Keith.
Go on then.
Lol, you
Right.
know how I felt about the boat race.
Yes, exactly.
Got that sinking
Get your
feeling.
finger out and finish it. Yeah.
Well done.
Who were the FA Cup winners in 1957?
Aston Villa.
Top Forest.
And who did they beat?
No.
Luton Town.
Manchester United.
Manchester United, yeah.
Roy Dwight got a broken leg, didn't he? or something?
Yeah. Who were the
No, it was
League One
later.
champions? 57.
Wednesday, was it, by any chance?
You must be joking. No, Wednesday finished 14th. Liverpool
You mean
were
League
third.
One, what?
Liverpool were third in Division 2 that year, Ian.
Yeah.
I saw them at Bramall Lane that year.
Did you?
Yeah, and United were 7th in Division 2.
Yeah.
But the League One champions
it
were
Wal-
Manchester United, because obviously the year after they were in the European
Were they?
Cup and it was Munich.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking division. I'm thinking.
You're thinking modern Division 1, aren't you?
We're talking in old money.
We're talking
Hang
old
on.
money here.
Hang on a minute. Liverpool were third in
No,
57.
in League 2.
In League Two.
Division 2.
Pay attention, Keith. I know you're getting elderly, but pay attention. Which Yorkshire miler won the 3 miles at the AAA Championships?
Derek
Ken
Ibbotson.
Wood.
Derek Ibbotson. Yeah.
Oh.
And who won the 3K steeplechase?
Chris Brasher.
Brasher.
Yeah. John Disley.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's a name
yeah,
to punch you
remember
with,
him.
isn't it? Yeah.
He was
Who
the
was the world
co-founder of the
professional
London
snooker
Marathon.
champion in 57?
Joe Davis.
Pullman.
John
Eddie Charlton.
Pullman.
Fred Davis.
Yeah.
Oh.
John Pullman.
Okay, right, John. Let me
Right.
because we're less than a minute. Glenn, you'll need to finish the meeting now because you're the host.
Right.
Give us a song, Glyn.
Thanks, Glenn.
Right,
Very good,
Adios.
Glenn. Thank you.
Speak later, folks. Bye.
See ya.
Thank you, Glyn.
See you in 5 minutes.